Spoiler alert, if you haven't watched the cartoon I'm about to discuss, please go do so before watching this video. You have been warned.
Hey YouTube! I'm back from the dead! Welcome to another episode of Cartoon Convo with me, Josie Koizumi, and today we're going to be discussing a very iconic Hey Arnold episode. A highly recommended discussion about, drumroll please, April Fool's Day, like 3 months later. Finally, as promised, I'm back and here to break down and talk about my absolute favorite Hey Arnold episode. I apologize it took this long, but moving from Japan back to America took way longer than anticipated, and my stuff just got back, and now I'm back. Get it? Now it's back. I'm back. Back. Anyway, let's get right to it. As we know, Hey Arnold aired in 1996, blah blah blah. Check my first video of Cartoon Convo for all those deeds. But April Fool's Day aired April 1st, 2002, and to be honest, I didn't even see this episode until at least a couple of months after it aired. And even then, I had no idea that it would be such an iconic episode to the shipping world of Helga and Arnold. Okay, let's break it down. The episode starts off with Grandpa Phil pulling a few old-timey pranks on Arnold, who clearly wants nothing to do with this holiday at all. Grandpa pulls out this birthday present pranks and suggests Arnold uses it on his classmates and goes on and on about how he used it on Jimmy Casca, yada yada, foreshadow for days. Then Arnold goes to school and it's just a madhouse of pranksters, clearly proving Arnold's previous nobody at school is into this thing theory wrong. And of course, Helga doesn't waste any time and uses this holiday as an excuse to torture Arnold even more than she normally does. Her own pardon, if you will, threatening him that she's on a personal rampage for the entire day. They announce the King of Fools dance, more foreshadowing, etc., etc. Arnold sits on chocolate pudding as part of Helga's latest prank, and it sets him off the edge. Time to retaliate. Insert birthday present of doom here. Grandpa drops it off and the wrong pair of pants and drives away. Can't say he didn't warn him. Now, on to the good stuff. Arnold goes back into the cafeteria and plays this slick and suave, "Oh, it was your birthday last week? Here's a belated gift." And Helga melts. I mean, he remembered her birthday after all. For someone who has no interest in her at all, it's pretty odd that he would. Even if he's using it as an excuse to prank her, it makes you wonder. I mean, he does know that she likes him already via confirmation of Craig Bartlett. He remembers her birthday for the first time in their entire existence conveniently, right after knowing her potential feelings. He's definitely watching her closely now. We'll get to that fact a little later in the episode. Anyway, she opens the box and bam, she's blind. April Fool's Helga. Or not. We find out she's totally fine, but she uses her newfound blindness to pull the ultimate prank on Arnold. She plays off the still blind card and uses her upside down walking stick to whack Arnold around a few times. Honestly, it was barely even a prank. It was just an excuse to get him to cater to her every need and have him by her side. Slave-like or not, I would have done the same thing. At least in the episode Beaned, for the first half, she actually had amnesia. Another episode for another time. Gerald says something super interesting I want to discuss. He's like, "Poor Arnold. He could be indebted to Helga G. Pataki for the rest of his life. Foreshadow much. Come on, people, insert married here." He walks her home and she's all, "I'm dizzy and blind." And he carries her on his back and she's totally loving it. You know, she's like pulling his hair. I also want to point out how different the dialogue in this episode is. I feel like Helga is just a tad bit more laxed with Arnold, right? Timeline-wise, it makes sense. He's a bit more accepting of her, talking to her like he knows her a little bit more now. And she's way less nervous than normal. The part where she's on his back and pulling his hair, like I was talking about before, to keep balance, and then crashing to the ground, it just seems very casual, almost natural. They get to her house, success. And even in this scene, "Let me carry your books for you." More future foreshadowing. I'm totally reading too much into this, honestly. This whole episode is just like a flirtatious, frustrated dance between them, literally and figuratively. "The prank didn't work, Grandpa. I warned you, short man. Take her to the dance." And he's like, "Okay." Even though he plays it off like, "Well, we're going to do anyway." Psh, Arnold, you know you want to do it. Do it. So he calls and, you know, she's got to cover up the fact that she's watching wrestling on TV. He asks her to the dance and she's just living for it. I mean, like, wouldn't you? "Pick you up at 7. he says. Like something she's gonna hear a few times in her young adult life from him, right? Not only is she getting all his attention, he went out of his way to ask her. Even she plays it off most of the episode like she's winning a competition, but I think overall it's just a cover for the fact that she feels a bit weird around him after, you know, well, this.
I love you, Arnold. I've always loved you ever since I first laid eyes on your stupid football head. And from that moment...
They get to the dance and yeah, she purposely dresses like she's blind. Rhonda so graciously points it out. But like, she's right. Come on, Helga. I know you want to act like the part, but at least dress to impress. This is the first real date you've had with Arnold that he's aware of. Put on a damn nice dress. Anyway, Arnold asks Helga to dance. I mean, yeah, because he feels bad she can't see, but if I were Helga, hearing those words are a first. Play the part, girl. Play it. She plops on him as he drags her around, and they each have this inner monologue. Arnold hates this. Lies, sir. And Helga finally comes to terms about why she's doing this all in the first place. It's all about the love, baby. And then she has this inner monologue about how maybe she should, you know, not do this anymore, and, you know, maybe she should end all of this. Nah. He takes her to the restroom and Phoebe finds out about her secret plan, which totally showcases Phoebe's dark side. I love it. Like, I'm surprised she wasn't all like, Helga, you really shouldn't do this anymore. Be honest. She just laughs with her and tells her she's impressed. Oh, how Phoebe's grown. Gerald overhears Helga through the vents. Insert more turtle foreshadow here. He goes to tell Arnold what he heard, how it was all just a prank, and Arnold, oh boy, let me get into detail about this. Okay, so I love this scene so much. After Arnold hears about Helga faking it, he's all, oh, she thinks I'm this and I'm that, and takes a shot of punch like he's brokenhearted at a bar. Gerald's all, take revenge, bitch. It's great because it almost seems like this is something straight out of If They Were Older. Now, imagine Arnold finding out Helga did something wrong and he's at a bar with Gerald like, I can't believe this, chug, chug, chug. It's super adult of the show to showcase Arnold in this light. I mean, I think he was genuinely upset with her. Not just because of a prank. Maybe even a little upset that she would lie to him. Why was he even surprised? Oh, right, because he knows she likes him. Don't do this to me, Helga, you know? Just a theory. Now, on to the best part of the episode, the tango. Need I say more? This entire scene was perfect. Nose to nose, cheek to cheek. Arnold was completely flirting. Our little shipping hearts couldn't take it. Not to mention that Craig Bartlett, in a recent interview about this episode, revealed that yes, he was indeed flirting with her throughout the entire dance, and he knew exactly how Helga felt about it. Timeline-wise, this episode took place between the movie and Eugene. So yeah, all them theories are correct. His slick and sly attitude carried on throughout the episode, but really shined in this scene. The natural dialogue between them changed to this tense, cut with the knife, almost turned on type of feeling between them. They are 9, but like, this scene was way more adult than you realize. Helga was obviously surprised on how rough he was because this is a side of Arnold we rarely get to see. He was devious and super sly. He even goes on to this bit about wanting to tell her something, which Helga seems to ignore because she's ready to expose her prank. I also think him saying all of this is even more of a foreshadow to the Jungle movie, something he has to tell her and how he's waiting for the right moment. I mean, he already knows her feelings, so we know it's about the pranks, but was it truly? Maybe it was a practice for things to come for him, for his confession one day, for the Jungle movie, doy! The dance ends in a big splash. Yeah, they get each other good. Eugene wins. We didn't see that coming. Insert turtle finally having a point. Everyone's wet, and that's the end of the episode. Thoughts? I think this episode was the start of everything. The change in the relationship between them, Arnold figuring out he has feelings too, but just wasn't sure, and Helga finally breaking out of her shell. This episode focused a lot on Arnold's feelings more than Helga's. We all know how she feels, and we were always unsure of what Arnold would be thinking. This episode validates a lot. They did such a good job visually, showing the tension, showing Arnold's feelings without revealing them. Before Craig Bartlett even admitted to that, we all sort of knew. So I'm glad that it wasn't a theory after all. It was all just facts. Well, at least some of them are anyway. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to like this video and comment below to have more cartoon discussions. Click the subscribe button. For more videos like this and for Hey Arnold content, what should my next video be about next? Being married? Let's take a vote. Comment your vote for our next Hey Arnold topic below. See you in the Funny Papers, nerds!